Wow. Look at these morose motherfuckers right here. Smells like somebody shit in their cereal. Bung.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Little Hand says it's time to rock and roll.
Bring the noise.
The people I'll be working with, what they like.
Standard nerds.
Talking about fictional characters. Fictional characters. Am I getting through to you at all?
All right, here we go. Hold your ears, folks. It's showtime.
You're listening to Comics Podcasting on the edge of civility.
What are you
So
giving
this
him?
is also by Kirkman.
Are you?
Guess what? Hey kids, it's the magical episode 100 of the Mean Geek. Comics Podcasting on the edge of civility. The Reverend Mad Duck is looking at me like I just shit in his cereal because I interrupted him giving our special guest Dan the Man some trade paperbacks. Why don't you explain, Rev, just precisely what you've done?
Well, first off, I
Yeah.
hate you.
Well, you knew that.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. We got 100 episodes of I fucking hate you.
You say it more often than I do. It's,
Irrelevant. It's there.
fair enough.
I love this already.
So, Dan the Man as a classic. Now, you have not read a comic in how long?
A couple years.
And you own how many roughly?
Close to 10,000.
What's that work out in long boxes?
27, 28.
And you
I
haven't
believe
read any of those in several years.
Yeah.
I just find that mystifying.
So why the fuck are you here?
He's
I
coming
was
back to
invited
the
and there's
fold.
beer.
Oh, well, okay, that'll work. See, we're all good.
I've done dumber things for less, let's face it. So, you are now going to borrow three different graphics to reintroduce you to far ago periods of comicdom.
Far ago.
Newer stuff that I'm
Wow,
used to.
could that have gotten more awkward right there?
Far ago and long away.
See, there's Atomic Robo.
Yes! Atomic Robo, Clevenger,
Marvel Zombies.
Kirkman!
And there's Bendis' Power.
You are way too excited about this.
I'm so totally fucking excited.
Or somebody get him some milk.
What?
Of magnesia?
Calm down.
It would have to be warm. Real warm.
That was gross.
Yeah!
Also visual, and therefore pointless from the purposes that we
Yeah,
have
this is
here.
an audio podcast, dude.
Well, at least I'm not staring.
You will.
So, where were we? You were talking about the trades. You looking forward to any of those, or you just like, I'll take it and read it, I don't care?
How would he know?
I wouldn't know, but I'm looking forward to the Bendis Powers.
Good.
I've heard good stuff about it.
Excellent. And zombies? Do you like zombies?
Who doesn't like zombies?
A lot of people don't like zombies. It's disappointing on many levels.
People who like sparkly vampires generally don't
Well,
like zombies.
that's the problem. People that like sparkly vampires don't really belong here, do they?
No, they sure don't. And if you're listening, we don't like you.
Yeah, no fucking sparkly vampires, please.
Have you seen that movie?
Yeah, the first one, yeah.
It's absolutely terrifyingly
good
bad,
to have
isn't it?
women in your life. Him running up that mountain is the best thing I've seen on years. Like, I don't care.
That was the best comedy ever.
Colonel Girlfriend loves Twilight. Loves it. Colonel Girlfriend out there loves Twilight. I've had to watch 2 out of the 3 movies that are out.
Right.
And so she's read all the books. She doesn't have figurines, but she's got some Chomsky shit with Twilight faces planted on it like some sort of fucking virus. Right?
Some sort of virus.
So, we watched the first Twilight movie, and at this point, we were earlier in the relationship, so I couldn't just read through shit that she cared about and be like, fuck it, I don't want to watch this. I had to pretend to be interested. So I sit through this entire goddamn movie. And Tech comes over the next day, and I'm like, you need to see this. He's like, what do you put in? And he sees Twilight come out. He's like, fuck you. Like, no, dude, you just need to see this one part. And he's literally swearing at me the whole time. And I get to fucking Edward running up the mountain with his little arm.
Hysterical.
Edward is very fast.
Yeah.
Dude, that fucking movie is monkey shit with plague attached to it.
Yes, it is.
Want to have a little drink roll call so they understand just what kind of excitement we're dealing with
Oh,
today?
well, everyone has brought their own special beers to the table. We just finished a Shipyard Prelude, which is ironic in that we had a prelude before the episode.
Exactly.
Yes, it's very fitting. Yeah,
And now
are you
we're
done?
on to
'Cause it's finished.
an Arch Amber from the Hartford Better Beer Company, which is
Yes.
awesome ales.
I
which
enjoy
is,
it.
Yeah, it's a good beer, but it's sadly arrogant.
Eric, well, the better beer. I mean,
And awesome ale. You know, it's better beer and an awesome ale.
well, it's not.
Is
arrogant.
it a radical red? Yeah,
It's
friggin' alliteration
confident.
bastards. Not cocky, just confident.
What's that pile of books you got there?
That is my sad but yet awesome Iron Man collection. I am now going for quality over quantity, so I have a much smaller but detailed collection. And
I'm sure it's all quality.
no, but you know,
Because I have looked through that stack. And there is some quality in it.
it's it's mostly strong periods.
Let's see. Bring them over. Come on. What do we got?
Everything in there,
With?
for the most part.
Now-
There's a couple books that just have the word Mandarin on it, which
Everyone
Well,
gets to have the Mandarin.
that's
But-
a demand right there. Now, let's before we go too deep, tell us your idea of quality that you're saying
Well,
quality is better than quantity.
at this point in my life, and for a long time now, I'm primarily story-based.
Right.
There's also a key sentimental factor, which is a certain periods where you're more interested than others.
Right. Okay.
So for me, I'm looking for either awesome. Like the first one is awesome.
The first one is Iron Man 22, which, for God's sake, it's got the Crimson Dynamo and the Titanium Man on the cover in a fight. I mean, that screams
That'll do.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody at this table wants that book. You know what I mean? So that one is a quality.
Yeah,
Then
and I will fight both of you for it.
there are some solid mid-period
Dan will
ones.
destroy both of us, but I will fight anyway.
He's
I've been
se-
going to the gym, bitch.
I pass a gym every now and then. So you've got a couple random mid-180 period. Then you've got all of Armor Wars 1,
Yep.
including the preludes with the Force armor.
Right?
Right.
Because
And
I'm
Stingray.
nothing if not completist. It's like, oh wait. Yes, I
The
have this.
Captain, another Titanium Man and Crimson Dynamo episode.
With the death of one of them.
Yep. And I'm glad to see that you got all these ones with my favorite armor.
The white and red.
Yes.
Why is that your favorite?
I don't
exactly?
know, because it was the first Iron Man I ever picked up. I don't know, but I dig it.
I
He's
remember
got
you
that
feeding those at the
grim
comic
face.
Now,
Got
what
what?
was
I
your...
remember you feeding those at the comic convention.
Shit, yeah.
Dan the Man, what was the first Iron Man you bought? Because we just talked, and we'll hit it in a second.
I
but-
really, to be honest, I don't know.
No? Do you remember roughly what period? Was it Michelini?
Period-wise, I don't even know. I can tell you, when was it when we were going to Madison Newsstand?
86, 85, 86.
Yeah, it was around that time.
Okay.
We picked up literally one of every single comic on the shelf.
Yes.
Every.
There wasn't a great variety back then, but
Skipping
we
over
got
Archie's.
it.
Skipping over Archie's.
Yes, well, there's
So,
that.
Finishing out Armor Wars 1
Right?
with the wrap-up. Then you've got some random in-between issues.
With the Ghost. Oh, boy.
And Whiplash, Blizzard.
Whiplash, a boomerang
again,
guy.
Yeah. I believe the name is Boomerang, not Boomerang Guy.
Some mandarins, a lot more mandarins. See, I hated that on 242. I hate that
Mandarin armor.
Well,
Well,
blech. I hate it. Look at it. It's terrible.
It's ugly.
It's fucking disgusting.
But then after those randoms, you hit Armor Wars 2, which is the very first issue of Iron Man I ever bought was Armor Wars 2
Armor Wars 2 was awesome.
versus The Living Laser, which I actually even raved to you about back in the day.
Yep.
And you're like, dude,
I
I know
remember.
comics, you know shit. I'm like,
You
no,
gotta
this is
love
awesome.
Anytime JR is on
One
the
of the few
cover.
times I showed you something and you're like, all right, that was awesome.
Yep.
Wow, this is a long run of JR covers.
Well, it's also, no, it's all JR art on
yeah,
Armor Wars
that's
2.
why he's got, and then it goes to Wycheck and
Ryan
He's
takes over.
Trying to be. I mean, look at that cover and tell me he's not trying to be. Bill brought this up. Trying to be JR.
he absolutely is. I mean, this is 271 with
Or Walt Simonson.
fucking Fin Fang Foom.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Also
maybe that's
written
what made
by
me
John
think of
Byrne.
Walt Simonson.
Yes. Dragon Seed Saga.
And now this is where
and
my
it gets
theory
kinda
holds.
kooky.
Well, that's
Yeah.
got the Mandarin. It was a two-parter. I
There's
found
the
both of
Mandarin
them.
thing.
Yeah, well, I mean, for God's sake, I have almost every appearance of Howard the Duck. Completion is a big part of what I
Which
do.
is staggering to me. But this was the post Heroes Reborn. So
Yeah,
this
that's
is the icky period.
At least he wasn't a teenager. And
That's
then
after
yes.
my time, so I don't even know what you guys are
some Quesada stuff with the death of
All right,
Whiplash.
so you don't know about Onslaught? Let's catch you up real quick.
Oh, yeah, that'll happen. Consider yourself totally caught up. Onslaught happened.
No. That's not totally. Come on.
I do know about Onslaught.
Oh, you do know
that's
about
about
Onslaught.
when I was getting out of actually buying new
Okay.
stuff.
Well, did you know that at the end of Onslaught, all the major heroes got thrown into their own little pocket dimension?
No.
And that's where Heroes
Reborn.
went.
That's stupid.
Well, that's
Yes.
when they came back. But they
And
had
that's
their own
when
little run.
Liefeld and Lee and all those came back from
Oh,
Image.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Liefeld. Liefeld's
Yes.
stupid.
Yes. Titty cap.
Yeah, Liefeld sucks.
Dude, he's plotting 3 different books right now for DC.
Yep.
Really.
Yes.
Deathstroke.
He's a marketer.
Because
he's
his book-
not a writer and he's not an artist. He's a marketer.
Because his Hawk and Dove revamp died.
Hello, it's Liefeld.
Dude, it's Hawk and Dove. All right? Alan Moore and Bernie Wrightson would be working on that book. You'd be like, it's still Hawk and Dove.
I'd still buy that, though.
Well, maybe.
Alan Moore.
Have you read anything about Alan Moore the last couple of years?
Oh, actually, yeah.
Well,
He's
you
kind of
did-
gone a little crazy.
A little crazy. The guy worships snakes and says that there is no talent in the industry.
Right.
Even though he doesn't read books, so how the
Well,
fuck
that's
would he
'cause
know?
He's pissed off about Watchmen.
Well, how long can you let that last?
Yeah. Years, apparently.
Forever.
How long should you let it last? is a
His
better
own,
question.
yeah. And now, the thing is, if I came into a sickening amount of money from this podcast, right? And you were like,
Hold your breath.
Wait. Is this a comedy podcast?
no.
Oh, damn.
Just say for a second it happened. All
Okay,
right?
all right.
You suddenly got advertising revenue.
Abracadoo, you've got money you love.
Groupies and
really?
signing tours. And
Really?
we're working in a fantasy world.
You
Why the
couldn't
fuck
even
not?
stop.
Try to slip groupies in there.
Like, you have
Like
a
we wouldn't
fantasy.
notice.
I'm going to go into fantasy world to make my one point. But while I'm there, groupies.
It's a fantasy. What fantasy doesn't have groupies? So you can't even answer that, can you?
Here's
No.
the deal.
All right. The point
The
was.
fantasy part is groupies. The rest of it is just like, no.
Are they really
We're never
groupies if
making-
you're not in a group?
Shut up.
Point being,
Yeah.
right? If you said, you know what, we've gotten too commercial. Fuck you. I don't want my name on the podcast anymore. Have my dough.
Yeah, I'll get
Right.
right on that.
Just for example's
Okay.
sake, would you then say, when you get the dough that I have given you, even though we're great friends for many, many years, I now require you to thank me publicly? Is that something that would ever pop in your head?
You know what? I'll say this. It's more likely to pop in my head to say, I gave you all this money for half of this amazing property that I created, than it is for me to say, I'm giving you all this money for this amazing property that I've created. I am more likely to say, you need to say thank you for all this money and talent that I've applied, than I am to say, here, take my fucking money.
So you would require a thank you from me.
Dude, if I gave you, we're talking
wouldn't
about, to be clear, we're talking about Alan Moore and David Gibbons,
Yes.
and we're talking about Watchmen.
Yes.
If I gave you that level of cash to spend as you will, I require you to publicly bow down every time at noon, going, Allah Akbar. I don't give a shit. On both knees on a carpet, facing my motherfucking house. Saying, thank you, Reverend Mad Duck, you monster you. Damn
All right.
skippy.
So we got his viewpoint on the Alan Moore Dave Gibbons schism.
I agree with him.
Yeah.
What he said.
You wouldn't just assume that I would thank you after all this time.
Well,
I might assume that.
He, okay,
You may assume
counter argument.
that. Yeah?
I might be an English teacher, too. I don't know.
Your theory is that they've been friends for many years.
Yeah. It's
And,
not a theory. They were.
fantasy.
No, the fantasy is us making money.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
Reality.
rubies. Damn.
Regardless. So, they've been friends for many years by your own assessment.
No, he said it in articles many times. We were
am I
great
losing
friends.
him here? The point being, you're saying this.
Yeah.
And then you're carrying this over to a correlation between you and I.
Yeah.
So,
Because we've been friends for many years.
right, and I know damn well that if I didn't demand it, you wouldn't thank me for shit, so maybe Alan Moore has a point here.
All right, you need to fuck off and get out of my podcast. I'm packing my shit up and going home.
I'm watching with bated breath.
You are lying, too. You
No,
don't even know
I
what
really
bated
am
means.
watching. I'm
Actually,
like,
no, he's watching.
yeah, I will bait my breath right now. I'm here.
How precisely do you bait something?
I don't know. I tried jingling keys in front of it and didn't do shit.
Go away, I'm baiting!
Aw, it's like your childhood all over again.
Fine, you would actually say, you need to thank me.
No, I would never say that, but that's me.
Well, that's been my point.
But maybe Alan Moore knows Dave Gibbons well enough to say, well, if I don't say thank me, he's not going to do it. Because there are certain things I'm like, well, if I don't make you do this, like shower, you're not going to do that.
That was just cruel.
Yes. Have we just met?
Apparently. What a jerk.
Or
Let's talk some more comics, huh? How about that? The fantasy realm has gone bye-bye.
all right, so we just looked at Iron Man 22, which is let's face it, the pinnacle of my collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
And yours?
Well, it's a toss-up. Age-wise, Amazing Spider-Man 58
Age-wise, it's the one I gave
is
you.
my most awesome one.
The-
That's right.
yeah.
The Dick Tracy 52.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's from 52, oddly enough. So, yes, that is the oldest one. It's awesome to have, and I dig the fuck out of it, but it's not nearly as cool as Amazing Spider-Man.
No, I'm not
58.
disagreeing. But age-wise,
Age-wise, yes. But my proudest thing, as I've said it at least twice on this podcast, is my Batman 200.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
and Dan the Man.
I'd have to say the prize one would have to be Iron Man #1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we were all thinking what you were about to say there.
He hasn't put on a house alarm yet, right?
Oh, so you think.
Oh,
Nothing like getting that off the comic book store wall that you work at for $70.
Yeah?
could not believe that anyone would give that up for $70,000.
Oh, yeah.
Insane. That was
Yeah.
Someone is
literally
a
the
maniac.
dumbest thing ever.
That was the best store ever.
Hard to
I
believe
wonder why
they
it's out of
closed.
business.
Yeah. I sold Iron Man #1 for $70. Well, I think I'll be stopping by your store. You muppet.
Muppet.
And sadly enough, Spider-Man 300 is another one of the good ones.
Spider-Man 300 is still in demand after all these years.
I mean,
It's
it's a
amazing.
high dollar one, but it's not just a matter of being high dollar. When I read
No,
it at
it's-
the time, I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Oh, yeah, it's always a matter of coolness.
I haven't read it lately, so I don't know how it ages.
Well,
Well, it can't be that bad because people still bloody want it.
Right. Yep.
What are you sentimental about comic-wise? Because you've collected different things in different
I
periods.
collected a lot of stuff. My Dark Knights.
Of course.
I love the Dark Knight Returns. The other Dark Knight sucks.
It strikes back.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I got the first two, and it was just shit.
He
Yeah,
did the
that's-
same
that-
thing. Why am I the only motherfucker that bought the third one?
Because you're the biggest schmuck.
Nah, fair
You'll
enough.
go in for anything.
That's not true.
And you just admitted not 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, this whole completist mentality.
It stings, but it's
which I have to fight very hard against many, many times.
I was shocked that you didn't buy it. For you not to finish something, on top of which it was Batman, on top of which it was Frank Miller, and you're like, no, I just fucking hate it.
it was that
Like, that's a
terrible.
level of hate that's hard to find. I mean, the amount of things that you've completed that are worse. The amount of things that
Strike Force Moratorium. I got all the first 12 issues at Emerald City last year.
I think I still have all of those issues.
It went up to
From when they
36.
came out.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe that when I didn't remember that. I was like, I remember there was a second wave, and
It was a fun concept.
It did kind of pizzle out.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
doesn't everything, though. I mean, Alien Legion, the later years.
Yeah, that was really good in the beginning, though. That was really good. I enjoyed the hell out of Alien Legion. That's what I'm sentimental about.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, you're King Kong, Conan.
Oh yeah, Conan.
Well, yeah,
Oh.
you've got like 90% of the Savage Swords up to the time you quit, don't
Yeah.
you? Yeah, see?
Yeah. And I've got a lot of Conan the Barbarians too.
A lot of Ernie
early
Chan.
ones. I got Conan #1.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yep. Got that from the comic shop too.
How
I have
much did you
7
pay for
copies
that?
of King Conan
Actually,
#1.
I think he gave it to me as a birthday present.
Hard to believe he's out of business.
Yeah. It's hard to believe that he gave it to me as a birthday present. Because you never met him, did you? No, you probably did.
Which is that the guy?
Fat guy.
They're all fat guys.
Really? No.
They're all fat guys.
He was a creeper, though. I mean,
Oh, a creeper.
yeah. Like little boys in the back room.
Isn't that the guy had to remind him like, oh yeah, that's where Green Arrow killed. I had to remind him of something so he could mark something up.
Right.
And he was very excited about it. Is that the same
Probably.
dude?
I don't like this guy.
No, he was not cool.
I'm
Something-
kind of glad I was
something
in the
with
army
0
at
hour.
this point.
Oh no, it was the Spawn thing with Evangeline or
Oh, gotcha.
some dumbass thing. I'm like, dude, that's the first appearance of her. You might want to hold on to that one.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Now, not so much. Then maybe.
Was he a speculator? Was that his deal?
Yeah.
So he wasn't really like.
No, he was. It was. The name of the place was Investment Comics.
Oh,
That
that'll
tells you
do it.
everything
Yeah.
you need to know.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's such a weird period. Just out of nowhere, it decided, you know what? Let's try to make money with comics.
Yeah.
So let's just blow things up, buy tons of shit.
But he had tons of original artwork too.
Yeah, how the hell did he get all that stuff?
He knew somebody higher up at Valiant.
Really?
That's where I got a lot of the pencils from that I did the inks for. Yeah. I mean,
That's
he
pretty
had,
awesome sauce right there.
He had tons, like boards standing up as long as this table, like up.
I do remember that. But where did he get all these #1s and whatnot when he's selling Valiant original art and
Yeah, I know.
comics for $4?
Back then, Valiant was big. They were the craze back then.
They're coming back.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No, they might be
Well,
selling things again. They're not coming back.
republishing things this summer.
Right, and probably not, the same people that were in charge before.
No, there's definitely no Jim Shooter running around. And
'Cause it was funny that the vice president of Valiant Comics at the Comic-Con that I went to with Rich and Brett.
don't say their names on this podcast.
Rich and Brett.
Stop that.
Rich and Brett.
Cut it out.
Rich and Brett.
I will glass you.
Glass?
Yes. Oh, I can't use any of those. They're
You can't?
sentimental.
Rich and Brett.
They're sentimental. Hey! I will
Um,
bottle you.
the vice president took one look at my first page, which was a Valiant page of my inks, and said, "This is shit."
Wow.
And it was funny that they were, out of business a year later. My inks were awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Actually, I enjoyed them.
I have no idea. I didn't see them. Do you have them?
I've got pictures on my phone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Tweet them. I will
I
retweet
have.
them.
I'll-
What the hell's
I'll-
taking him so long? A laundry-based question. Isn't that phenomenal? Not pulling that out, by the way.
So, speaking of Jim Shooter, one of the things that I've recently purchased the tech here in the last 2 years is a Warriors of Plasm #1.
Yeah, which
Warriors of Plasma.
yes.
Oh yeah.
By Defiant Comics.
Oh, yes.
You know, with the yes.
Oh, my God.
With the logo of the lone castle with the one window
Yeah.
with the light on with nobody in the window,
You got that for him?
signifying
I love you.
large. No, don't bother because it went into one of the official boxes. Oh shit!
It said I got him one in there. NFL Super Pro #11 went in there.
That went in the box. No shite.
Hard to believe that made 11 issues.
They
Really?
did. Yes.
Wow.
Staggering, isn't it?
Did you put the Kickers Incorporated one in there?
No, I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. If I could have found it, I would have put Cookers Incorporated into one of the 8 boxes. Oh shite!
So speaking of which,
You want to talk about the recipients?
yes.
All right, let's talk about the
I handed you a
recipients.
segue, and you followed it up by going, "Hey, do you want to talk about them?" Well done.
I've almost never wanted to hurt you more.
I'm a little bit shocked by that.
All right, first thing we have our international crowd.
There are now 8 in total. There are 8 boxes.
There
so
are
we
8
have
boxes.
winners.
4 of them have shipped out because that shit gets expensive. I'm not going to lie.
Particularly when you go international.
Yes. I was wondering, should we give real names? Or should we
First,
give tweet
if we're going to go
First
full names. Tweeter names or first names. Nobody needs, to be blown up their spot by the mean geek.
Paul from London gets a box o' shite.
Yay for Paul!
Raven Views.
Muse Views?
Somebody on Twitter. Anyway. Troy.
Yay for Troy!
Who has been with us since episode 19, for pity's sake.
I'd like to apologize for the past 81 episodes.
Dude, I haven't even been here since episode 19.
You've listened to a grand total of none.
I know.
Which hurts us terribly.
No,
you know that, don't you?
I'm not hurt.
You're a liar.
I don't listen to him. Why would he?
That's because you're an unfeeling lump of...
But the worst part is, I've known both of you since before you were 19. So,
Well,
That's
yeah.
true.
I'm in by default. Fuck it.
And you brought beer.
What? I don't have to participate in your creativity. I have known you since teenage. You were popping pimples
one of
when
my
we were
oldest-
hanging out.
Why would I encourage you?
Paul gets a box of shite.
Yay for Paul! We did that.
Troy.
Yay for we did that too.
Troy gets a box of shite. Greg gets a box of shite.
Yay for Greg! I'm done with the yay for it. I can't keep this shit up.
Ryan gets one.
Woo. I'm sorry, I told you I was done.
You're absolutely terrible.
Well,
Be
fine.
enthusiastic for the listeners.
Good God.
Jesus
Fine. What was his name?
Jason.
Did you just skip somebody?
Jason?
No, I didn't. We already said Ryan.
Oh, well, yay for Ryan! Yay for Jason!
Jason, who is one.
I love that you've combined Duck and AC/DC.
Right.
Because
To be honest, I wasn't the first. I just went with it while we're recording.
well, why wouldn't you? I meant him. I assumed, that's where he was going.
Yeah, right. Well, Andrew doesn't get one because he's a member of the cast. Wendell gets one.
Yay for Wendell!
Hey, for Wendell!
Now, by the way, Wendell also has a comic-based website or
Yes, Geek Grind, but that's also part of the. Oh, dude.
oh, dude,
No, Geek Grind.
Geek Grind
Geek Grind.
at
No, that's the website.
geekgrind.com,
Yeah.
.net,
Com.
Come?
Com.
Sweet.
Com. So, Wendell gets one.
Play for Wendell.
Laura and Bima get one.
Laura. Yay for Laura! And yay for... Are you fucking kidding me? I can't say that.
Bima.
Bima.
What's so hard about that?
I don't know, but you know what? I've fucked up names before, so safety first. Bima, baby, tonight.
What the hell is so wrong with you, man?
So far, I've only cheered Wendell because I think his name is awesome.
Oh, dude, come on. Wendell and Bima. Up in the tree.
Well, Beema's pretty sick. I like that too.
I don't think Bima's gonna like Wendell.
Everyone likes Wendell.
How do you know?
I don't. But I don't know Bima either, so she might. This is all new to me.
You're killing me. So those are our not
No,
winners.
if he was
but
killing you, there would be a lot more violence going on, and this would be the end of the podcast.
I would totally kill
It's a
somebody in a
philosophical
non-violent kind of way
killing.
if I could.
That's lame.
it's
Come
an
on.
emotional killing,
You
which
don't
cuts
have
far
those.
deeper.
True.
Yeah,
Give
you
me
know.
a story about that.
He knows.
The loneliest teardrop.
And then
No, you're the one without any fucking feelings.
That's not true. I dated an actual android, and
Yeah, you did.
And we're not going back to the whole vision conversation. we
no,
had.
totally different. She was an actual person. She just was trying to be one. I never told you this story.
Oh, that's right.
yeah. All right. There you go.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. She thought she was like Spock or some horse shit. And there's our nerd tie-in to that conversation.
Madness.
We should tell some people, well, not details, but what goes into a box o' shite.
Well, mostly shite. I spent a lot of time involved with these boxes, handing you things and helping to even them out. Like, no, dude, that box sucks way too much. And there were quite a few things. There were a couple of signed comics. Some
Yep.
signed...
We're not going to say what they are,
Oh, okay.
because then there'll be competition.
some signed books. There were quite a few graphics.
There was a lot of trade paperbacks. Every single box got at least one trade paperback.
One very special box got the blueprints to Star Trek: The Next Generation.
The Galaxy Class Enterprise.
I can't even believe you owned that, but hey.
Well, of course. Yeah, I mean, who are you talking to? Of course,
Okay, so
I'm the fucking technical guy. I love blueprints. I love manuals.
my inks are uploaded.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then there was those blueprints, dude. They're like 3 feet wide.
Nice.
They're like 18 inches.
That's pretty
They're
sweet.
tremendous, and there's like one for every deck, so there's like 17 of them.
That sounds like Dave Clark.
Don't talk about Dave Clark.
Dave
All
Clark.
right, moving
Stop
on.
that! Jesus! What's wrong with you?
There was quite a bit of. There were some flashpoints.
Yep.
There was a lot of new DC 52s.
Yeah. There was a complete string of Action Comics 1 through 6.
Flash 1 through 6. or 1
Spider-Man,
through-
Superman 1 through 6. Because I ain't buying them no more.
No.
And I don't want them in my box.
Right. That bad?
No,
A lot of people dig them. They're just fine for many, many people.
Yeah.
I can't be buggered by them myself, but what are you going to do?
Right. Yep.
There was a huge run of Secret Avengers
that's
that
right.
someone is going to enjoy immensely.
Yep. There was some decent stuff. There was a lot of garbage. There's a Warriors of the Plasma in there, as we mentioned earlier. NFL Super Pro will be winging its way to one of you, at which point I fully anticipate that you no longer follow us.
At which point this podcast will no longer be funny.
Yes.
No, we're going to keep going. We don't give a shit.
Well, not
Oh,
that.
aren't we retiring at this point?
No, who told you that lie?
Really?
Yes.
We have to keep doing this?
Yeah.
For how long?
Till I bloody well say stop.
Well, shit.
You thought this was finite?
Dude, why do you think I'm celebrating?
Oh, you are such a liar. You enjoy the hell out of this. You get to read free comics and then rant about them all you want.
I will say, you've stopped earlier, and you don't know this because you don't really listen, but early on in the podcast,
Keep
for
pointing that out
amusement, I will! He used to, hide things in the... I get this homework pile, because that's how bullshit my life is. That is like, read this for next week and report. Fuck you, Dad!
It's
How many
totally
essays?
But here's the thing, he'd hide, shit in there. I mean, sometimes he'd buy something...
two-thirds down, there'd be some, obscure, what the fuck am I
He'd
looking
literally
at?
buy a $4 book, because he's like, I bet the Rev will hate this. And I would! I really, really would. And I'm like, fuck you, I can't believe you bought this. And he'd start giggling. This was a regular thing for a while. It's like, oh, hey, let me just slay it in Hit Monkey. Hit Monkey. Which I still have to own, because he left it here.
Very nice.
I own a copy of Hit Monkey.
You could have put it in the box of shite.
I don't know where the fuck it is. Monkey Hitmen.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
This sounds
Zen
like quality.
Monkey Hitmen.
This sounds like quality.
Totally.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, yeah. Let's not
It
forget
was published. It's
right.
a Marvel book. How can you go wrong?
the Buck Rogers comic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I initially I was
Space Bears.
I was happy with it until the Space Bears showed up.
You thought I was kidding.
You almost ruined my microphone.
Almost.
I haven't gotten a snarf in a while. That would have been a good
Got
moment.
a small sip of beer.
The Buck Rogers. I didn't make you own the Buck Rogers.
No, you did not. You made me own Hit Monkey.
I made you own Hit Monkey. I made you read Pet Avengers.
Dude, that's a real thing.
Pet Avengers. Lockjaw.
Also in the box.
Oh yeah, somebody's getting an awesome pair of Pet Avengers issues.
Now, did you actually quit that, or they just didn't have it?
Both. I didn't go looking for it because it wasn't there.
Who has Blackbeard? Did you end up with that one, or do you leave that here?
I have Blackbeard. Yeah,
I
thanks.
thought you would have left that
Yes.
here, quite honestly.
I don't, there was a limit to what I could do at that point. There was many hits in a row. I didn't think you could sustain one more
Yeah,
without
fair enough.
eviscerating me.
A la Blackbeard. I see where you're going.
So Pet Avengers has Lockjaw, who turns out wasn't a dog.
Lockheed.
Lockheed.
Lockhart. Wait, what?
Lockjaw.
Yes.
The
Yeah,
big inhuman dog.
I know.
Yeah,
Not a dog?
not a dog.
What's up with that shit?
He's an actual inhuman.
No, he isn't.
Yes. The Terrigen Mist did it to him.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, and then they retrograded that too.
I call bullshit on that. He's a fucking dog.
Yeah, later on, he's still a dog.
No, they retconned it again, and he's back to being a dog.
Because it was a joke that somebody told the Thing.
See,
It's like,
this
oh,
is partially why I got out of comics to begin with.
Yeah,
convolution.
sometimes-
We have like
Other than the
15
fact
episodes about it.
They were getting way too expensive.
Well, yeah, that's always a factor.
Yeah, go look at We Argue a Lot. You can hear a lot about. That's an actual
se-
title.
Episode 77. We argue a lot.
Really?
Yep.
Excellent.
Comics are very complicated to get into in this day and age. You cannot just pick up a book and start from scratch. Like, I bought, literally, my first Iron Man was in the middle of Armor Wars 2, which is a huge storyline,
Yep.
which still has ramifications to this day.
Yeah.
Since we're about to go into Armor Wars 3.
Yeah, and which I pushed for, and somebody apparently listened and told Matt Fraction. I stand by that theory to this day, although it's a bald-faced lie.
Matt Fraction, by the way, is the most awesome Iron Man writer in 20 years.
Really?
Yes.
But
And does a fucking badass Thor as well.
Really?
Yep.
Nice.
He does both.
But think about it. I bought Armor Wars 2, Iron Man versus the Living Laser.
Right.
And it's an amazing single issue to begin with.
Right.
And I was able to, from this issue, go, okay, I understand Iron Man. I kind of understand the Living Laser, although that doesn't make a fuckload of sense. I'm a human laser. No, you're not. But it's a comic, so I'm going to work with you.
Right.
And I was able to go from there to any other Iron Man issue and have a good time.
Yeah.
You buy an issue of anything these days, that shit is not happening.
Yeah.
It's like,
You don't have one-shot issues.
is he a junkie? I mean, or a superhero, or a monkey? Like, what's going on? Like,
They're way too involved in writing 6-issue arcs to get them in a trade paperback.
Really.
Yep.
yeah,
It's
it
a
is-
money game.
Well, sure. I mean,
But I will say this: if you had to pick up one issue and hope to have a good time,
Yeah.
Dan Slott's Spider-Man.
yes.
Right.
Absolutely. No more of this crazy 32 clones thing. No more carnage.
Yeah, the
Thank
clone is
God.
out there.
The clone is out there, but Slott ain't doing anything with him. He ain't in the main book getting in our way.
It was only good when Venom first showed up.
Well, you know-
Carnage sucked.
Villains should stay villains for
Yeah.
the most part.
Oh, you want to hear something really fun about Venom and villains?
I don't know if I want to.
You know who's Venom right now?
Who?
Flash fucking Thompson.
What? This is
Who,
why I
by the
pick
way,
up comics.
who, by the way, is an Iraq War veteran who lost his legs.
Yep. And the
What?
Venom suit creates him, though.
Yes, the Venom suit gives him back legs, and he does covert ops for the government. But he can only do the ops for like 48 hours so that the Venom symbiote doesn't bind with him again.
But you know who? This gets better.
This is stupid.
Guess who was Venom before him?
Who?
A classic Spider-Man villain.
The Hobgoblin?
Oh, worse.
Come on, spill it.
Mac Gargan, the Scorpion.
What?
Because
Wait a minute. Because Figures Incorporated.
I cannot tell you the number of times I was reading Spider-Man when he's fighting the Scorpion, going, "Damn, I wish this dude was Venom." Like that's
shit.
just who wasn't thinking that.
I hate the world.
But the thing is, now we're not worried about that anymore because Dan Slott's in charge, and he's just writing Spidey adventures.
Yep.
And he goes out and
he needs to write the Fantastic Four.
Really?
yes, because
Every
Jonathan
time-
Hickman is way too fond of his own belly button gazing, pseudo Zen, philosophical, other dimensional horse shit.
Okay.
There's a nicer way of saying that.
Right.
The dude is a genius writer. Like, he sees some intricate shit, and he comes at it from some really weird angles.
Yeah.
The dude is a genius writer. Let me make that very clear. On top of that, it may be the least fun book that I'm forced to read.
There you go.
I'm so confused.
I'm not forcing you to read it
Not
anymore.
anymore.
It's done.
It's got to be fun.
You know, and there's, like, clones of the Wizard kids hitting on Fantastic Four kids, and Dragon Man is actually back for some ungodly reason, except now he wears bifocals.
I don't have a problem with Dragon Man now.
In bifocals, talking?
Sure.
And there's this whole, like, there's a moloid head.
You know, I would rather have the awesome android back though, because in the most recent She-Hulk, he was pretty funny.
Andy, the awesome
Yes,
android.
Andy, the awesome android.
Really, he was Bud the Chud. But yeah, I made a Bud the Judd reference. I'm that guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, everybody is, really. What was this now?
Atomic Robo.
What about Atomic Robo?
He's awesome, as I've said on almost every podcast we've ever had.
Clevenger and
Wagner
Wegener would know exactly what they're doing with a comedy book and an adventure book. Thank you very much.
No, that's just a great, fun comic.
Tesla makes a robot and sends him out on adventures. Well, actually, he doesn't send him out. He doesn't want him to go out. He goes out because he's like, Dad, I want to go have fun. He's like, no, Robo, we have to put your brilliant mind to work on the greatest problems of the day.
You know what the cover reminds me of?
What was that?
An amalgamation of Appleseed and Iron Giant.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I know
actually.
one of those things.
You've seen Appleseed. Yeah, you had to have.
Nope.
Well, then you suck.
Nope.
Sorry, Bill.
It was going to happen eventually. You had to suck.
I just never did a ton of anime.
Appleseed is good.
Was it giant robot
Appleseed was
armor suits?
No, it was a cyborg.
Okay. Oh
And a-
yeah,
and
so
a
much, so different.
I was getting there, and a cyborg and a female cop. Again, so different.
Those wacky buddy comedies, I tell you. It's a bit of fruit and a insane Muslim.
What?
I'm telling you, once you brought cyborg and female cop into it, buddy
Right.
comedies take a whole new level.
Right. Dude, you should totally come to New York with us this year.
When is it?
Usually October. I haven't seen the release dates yet, but
Am I going to New York this year?
if you can, yeah.
I would have gone this year if I didn't have a funeral to go to.
Last
Well,
year,
yeah,
oh,
that
yes.
was a bit of a mess.
That was a fiat because I originally supposed to go to that, but
that one was my fault, and I have copped to that
Yep.
many times.
which is good because otherwise I would have had to pay for a ticket, which would have sucked if I had screwed it up. Like, dude, you knew what day it was. Damn, I did.
Right.
But fortunately, in this case, I knew what day it was, and it was the wrong day. So
Yes, it was totally. But this year we're going on Sunday or Friday because Saturday is for the fucking birds
Why is that?
because it's the busiest day,
Is it?
and it's like 70,000 fucking people.
Yeah. I don't need that.
No. So Friday or
You
Sunday.
get there when there's like 12 people. That'd be awesome.
12 people.
we've been to a
Terrible.
convention with 12 people, and it was not.
It was
awesome.
not awesome.
It was sad.
People wandering by going, this fucking sucks.
No, it was not the happiest place on earth.
Yeah, Disney World was not being compared favorably with this joint at the time.
I love
It was-
Disney World.
No Disney talk on this podcast.
God damn it! Why is that a rule?
Aladdin.
Oh. What?
I said Aladdin. Go.
He's got a vest and a fez and a monkey and a ridiculously hot chick for a Disney cartoon.
There you go.
Also, there's the genie, which is either played by Robin Williams or somebody trying to sound a lot like Robin Williams. Actually, Dan Castellaneta, who's the voice of Homer Simpson on The Simpsons. But then Robin Williams would eventually make his return. But on the television show, it was still Dan Castellaneta. That's why there's no Disney talk allowed. I go too far.
The same reason there's no Simpsons talk.
Right?
But conventions are a massively fun time. You can get all kinds of disgustingly good shit cheap.
Yeah.
You can,
You and I used
oddly
to go to
enough,
conventions all the time.
yeah, they were more shows,
In New
but they
Hampshire.
were a lot of fun. And we
Yeah.
talked to that one guy who claimed that they were king aliens which nobody,
I'm sorry, what now?
You know the alien queen, the xenomorph, and the Cameron stuff.
Oh, and actually, Alien.
Yes.
All right.
Well, there was a queen,
Right.
and in was it 89, 90?
Something like that.
We went to a show in the Omni Hotel, and this guy was telling us about the Aliens franchise in comic books and told us, oh, there's a king in there that they're going to bring out, and it's going to be amazing because, he's even more badass than the queen. And we're like, I don't know about
It's
that.
based on bees, you
I
stupid
think The
motherfucker.
worst part was we were at a comic book convention and we were looking at him and going, "You're a geek."
That's a bad moment.
We did think this guy was a little excessive.
Yeah.
It's interesting geek culture how you draw a line in the sand. The people who cross it are really bad.
Yes.
Like, no one ever really looks at themselves and like, I'm really way too geeky.
Well, I have gotten close to the line of engaging in cosplay.
Oh no, Dan and I have drawn the line, and you've crossed it.
Yeah, I don't go
You've
there.
drawn a line.
We've drawn several, but you've crossed all the motherfuckers.
John, on the other hand, he does that shit all the time.
Dude,
Actually, I don't know if he does it now. But
well,
he
you know
used
what?
to.
I saw the Crow in the theater.
Yeah, and he was dressed up like the Crow, face
And-
painted and everything.
I'm like, dude, we're in Connecticut,
I
right?
did that?
Yes.
Yeah. I was there for that.
Yeah, and we're literally like looking at him like, dude, this is Connecticut. Like, we don't do shit like this.
And this has disappointed me greatly. And I've spouted off about this
Yes,
in
you
many
have.
episodes. Like, there was, in Central Park a few months ago, there was a random flash mob of all kinds of geeks who just decided, you know what, we're going to grab our lightsabers and go to the park and just start beating on each other with our lightsabers.
Sounds like a great time, doesn't it?
It's a phenomenal fucking time.
Of course you do. You want to hit somebody with your friggin' plastic stick that you spent $200 on. I totally understand why you'd be appealing.
I would say that's stupid, except I used to do that kind of stuff.
Never in a flash mob.
Not in a flash mob, no, never.
Because there were no flash mobs in 1991.
So what? I win by default.
What? What's winning? What's this winning stuff?
Talk to Charlie Sheen.
Oh, you beat me to it.
Don't
God
bring
damn
that
it.
up.
Simpson,
Are we
you
recording yet?
We're
diabolic.
totally recording. Recording everything.
Hey, it just occurred to me that Flash just started as a book again.
Yeah.
And the first villain was named
Flash mob.
Mob Rule.
Mob rule.
So
That's
you
right.
could have a Flash Mob Rule. Yeah, I mean, you kind of jumped on the punchline by getting the fucking villain's name wrong. Yeah, chode. But
I haven't heard that in a while.
oh, well, anyway, so I've been
This
trying
is
to
a
break
special
out.
flashback episode of
I am
the
trying.
week.
I created an insult. I've been using jackhole a lot because you don't actually swear.
Yep.
So I encourage everyone to, when you break out in public, because, in your own car, or privacy of your own home, call somebody a cunt. Who cares? But, if there are small children in the area, you go like, you jackhole.
Yep.
And kids saying jackhole are just adorable. Like, I taught it to my niece. Like, go call
You
your...
did not.
I told her to call her dad a jackhole. It was the sweetest little thing that ever got me thrown out of a place.
Are you serious?
You'll never know.
You taught that poor...
You're my hero.
I can't even confirm that, because if I go to the house and I say that, and I walk up to Dennis and say, what's going on, jackhole? And I look for the reaction on his daughter, somebody's gonna fucking shoot me.
Yeah, there's a lot of flaw in that.
I can't even confirm whether you did that. I gotta trust that you say you did that.
And I'm so believable.
And you know how much it hurts me that I have to trust you?
You never have before.
Exactly. Now I have to start.
Wait. Is this getting up to the point where one of you is going to ask the other one to apologize?
No.
He did that once. He's
Like
literally
Alan Moore? Come on.
he
I've
literally
never
tried.
asked you to
did
apologize.
once,
When?
actually.
What?
I don't remember what it was for. You're like, no, it was something with your mom. I overstepped the line. It's like, dude, no, you've gone too far.
Did I?
Yeah, and I actually, out of respect for your mom, because I do like her, and mom jokes are funny and all, but I stepped on one of those big motherfucking cracks, and somebody's back broke, and I'm like, fine, I will be the,
I don't even remember that. Now
I will be
now
the-
I have to trust you again.
I will be the smaller person and apologize.
Whatever. So, Emerald City is next week.
Okay.
It's
Next
Comic-Con,
weekend,
not
this
like
coming
an
weekend.
Oz thing. Although
Yeah.
his Judy Garland
Although-
fetish is just flying out of proportion.
It's not Judy.
And
It's
where
Margaret
is-
Hamilton.
Oh, Lord.
You don't even know how to react to that.
I do, and it was awesome. You've actually taken a Judy Garland joke and made it better. Somewhere under the rainbow.
I don't know why they do it, but they call Seattle the Emerald City.
Okay.
So there's a con there.
And you're going to it?
I am going to it because I get to hang out with our official staff photographer and market analyst, Andrew.
Oh, nice.
He has his own article on our site.
Wait,
you should
have
check
a
it out.
staff photographer?
Yeah. We're like famous and shit. So
Totally not.
Wow. Everybody's shaking their heads no.
We're like
No, we do-
carbuncles up on this shit.
We do have a staff photographer. You can see his work. I will provide you a link.
I'm a photographer too, you know.
You don't go to cons.
So what?
I mean, you're not on staff. Law 2.
Well, you're not on our staffs. Hey.
Yeah, you're probably on somebody's.
No.
Pun intended.
I'm seated and there's not a problem.
Whoa. I don't know what's going on here. So,
Damn that rubber donut.
we always bring a... Whoa, ouch!
Wow, interesting that you know.
I don't know what... Oh, shit. Exactly. How are you? So, I'm going to bring a bunch of stuff for the Rev to get signed by various people who will never sign it.
And yourself.
Because I won't be able to get near them because there's going to be 70,000 people there.
You did quite well. Emerald Con is the only con you've really done well at for signatures.
Yes, because it's been all 3 days.
Yeah.
And it's still a medium-sized con despite how much it's growing.
Here's an interesting little tidbit before he gets into this, though. When we went up to the New York con, he had a pile of stuff to get signed for various people. I had nothing. I actually went to this one, so I was totally unprepared. I'm prepared for the shit he goes to.
Yeah.
But when I went, I'm like, whatever. So we're
Which
walking
kills me.
around, and artist Chris Claremont has this tiny little table by himself, no one paying any attention.
Yeah.
Chris Claremont.
Yeah.
I assumed it'd be like a throne and cherubs with fucking fans and shit.
X-Men.
Yes. Yeah. Literally, and I'm like not even just
Sovereign 7.
no one.
Oh, wait.
What? You know,
X-Men.
if you brought, I guarantee, if you brought, and I'm literally going to guarantee this, if you bring Chris Claremont a Sovereign 7 to have signed,
Yeah.
one of his little fanning cherubs will blow you. He'll be so excited.
I don't have any more Sovereign 7s.
I doubt that.
No, I really don't. There was one of the casualties. Either I sold it to you on the deck that day. Not sold, gave.
Yeah, because I wouldn't buy Sovereign 7.
No. Either I give it to you on the deck that day, or... Damn.
And Franco
goes in for the opposite bin.
You forgot how much you hate that, haven't you?
Or it was one of the ones that got destroyed the 4 times the basement pipes burst.
I like how you didn't move your comics the first 3 times either.
I did.
The different
just
point under
spread.
point. So you let me put it
just
under a
got
different
worse.
pipe. Maybe this will go better this time.
Dude, there was nothing but exposed pipes and exposed wires in that basement.
That's true.
I'm surprised the place didn't burn down a decade ago.
I am too, and I lived there.
I can't imagine that shit was
I
up
had
to
good
code.
karma though. You've ruined that, but at the time,
I have ruined it. What are you talking about?
you're bad karma. Ask anybody.
Am I bad company?
Till the day you die.
Da-dum.
Good Lord.
See how it goes?
Bad company references. Why is that a bad
I'm
thing?
going to need more beer for this.
You have it.
You're right.
So we're bringing a lot of stuff to get signed. Let's get
Yeah.
back to more comics. How about that? So he's making me bring Mouse Guard, which is awesome because there's fucking mice that kill things
Yes.
with axes and armor.
Yeah.
It's awesome. There's Tangled Web of Spider-Man by Rucka and Risso,
Okay.
who did 100 Bullets and a number of other
what,
things.
You got me 100 bullets.
Risso did 100 Bullets.
Okay.
Rucka has done a lot of things.
What
Yeah, I
did
bought you the
Russo
first
do
one,
with
right?
100 bullets, right?
The art. The art. And all 100 issues, which was staggering. Because who the fuck art-wise stays on 100
Yeah.
issues of anything?
That's good shit.
Yeah. So that's going to be good. You give me a random shadow with a bat, for fuck's sake, because it's got Tim Sale in it.
It's awesome.
No, I'm not debating that. It's number 7. It's the Misfits.
Tim Sale is
It's
good.
early Tim Sale art.
Tim
So,
Sale is
you know,
good.
that's not
Plus,
a bad thing.
Tim Sale, Killer Moth.
Killer Moth.
Yeah, the Batman villain, Killer Moth. Catman is in there.
Gotcha.
For God's sake, it's obscurity times 2.
Really?
Yes. Challengers of the Unknown for more Tim Sale. Maybe some Jeff Loeb, depending on if he's around.
That was their first pairing of the big miniseries things.
Yes. BPRD, because Mignola is always there. And Michael Avon Oming's going to be there, who you don't know,
Nope.
but is staggeringly good once you get into powers.
Really?
Yes.
Gotcha.
He has a unique art style that really grows on you, and he spent a lot of time developing it.
Yep. And some powers for more Oming, because you're never going to get by Bendis, because it's a 700-yard line to get to the guy.
Really?
Oh, it was terrible last year, man. It was.
Yeah, but
it
you know
was
what?
way out. That was like, is it? Where's
You-
the fucking line? Out
You
there?
did
Is that
get
out the
Sergio
door?
Aragonés last year.
I did because I was smart and went early for him.
Grew number 1.
Sergio.
Really?
Yep.
Nice.
It was beat to shit. It
That's
was like,
not the worst part, though. Oh, well, tell that story first.
That was great. I walk up to him. I'm like, hey, Sergio, I'm glad to see you again. I got some more stuff for you to sign. Here you go. And he takes it and he goes, this has been read a lot. I like that.
But so he signs my Grew number 1, and then when I sold him the comics, I gave him a couple of the Sergio books I'd had because I tried to get rid of a bunch. So he hands him one of the ones that I literally gave this kid, and he's like, "Oh, this is my favorite book."
One called Louder Than Words.
So he
It's
draws a
totally
sketch
silent
on it.
books.
Really?
Yep.
He's like, "Thank you for bringing it." I'm like, "You motherfucker! I brought it because I gave it to you. You fucktard!"
It was great.
Yeah, painful as shit.
That's awesome.
Derek Robertson for some art on Ennis's Fury.
Which there's a new one coming out.
There's a new one coming out.
Transmetropolitan.
Transmetropolitan
Have you
for
finished
Derek
that series yet?
Robertson.
No, I haven't.
More Derek
Need to.
Robertson with the boys. Going to see if we can find some Mike Allred for him, and some more Mike Allred for him with Madman and Superman Madman. Going to see if we can get some Ed Brubaker action on him with Criminal. Crime books these days are fucking awesome.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, Ed Brubaker wrote the greatest Image book
In history.
in the Image universe, to be fair. Let me be clear. In
Yeah, it's not one of
Sleeper.
the independent, just published by Image.
Yeah,
It's
like
in,
Powers, for example.
right.
But this has like Cold Cash, the Grifter in it, and it still doesn't suck. So
Yeah.
no, it's amazing. And I bought the graphics. Well, we didn't get on the ground floor on this at all.
No.
And I made him read it. And just like with Armor Wars 2, it was one of those moments like, man, fuck, the Rev actually found something cool. Piss on that.
We're going to try to find. So I'm going to try to find all three of these guys. I'm going to try to find Ed Brubaker, which we just yapped about. Brian Hitch, who's a pretty damn good artist.
Yeah.
And-
Hitch has always been good, man.
And Butch Geiss. Jackson Geiss.
Really?
Yeah. He goes by Butch now.
What?
Nobody knows why. He just goes by Butch now.
I'm sorry, that is an awkward...
No, man. I don't know, but he goes by Butch now.
He got me a Hitch autograph last year at Emerald on Authority 2, I believe.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm never going to get near Kirkman because of the phenomenal success of Walking Dead.
You're right.
But Tony Moore, his artist for the first 6 issues of Walking Dead and Battle Pope, which is a crazy-ass book, by the way.
Is it good?
It depends exactly on your tolerance for hardcore blasphemy.
Gotcha. I am open-minded, and that shit doesn't bother me. But if they're doing it just to do it,
It's
that gets annoying.
It's hard to tell if there's really an agenda to like, okay, I'm pissy about Catholics, or if it's just I want to have fun with the Pope.
Right.
I mean, right there's Jesus with a blow-up doll, cop in a field. I mean, it's
Gotcha. Yep.
it's hard to tell just how far he's going for which purpose.
Yeah.
But we're going to see if we can find Busiek for Astro City.
Yep.
Matt Wagner's supposed to be there for
Nice.
Mage. Yeah. And
You have
for
any,
Demon.
Nice.
And I was wondering
Yeah,
where this
Grapple.
went because he gave me 2, 3, and 4.
Really.
Yeah, he's like, no, keep these because you want to read them. And I'm like, where the fuck is number 1?
Yeah.
Did you forget you had done that?
Which one?
Demon number 1? You gave me 2, 3, and 4?
No, those
And-
were actually duplicates that I had purchased.
Oh,
'cause,
so I don't have a copy
no.
of 1.
Nope.
Okay, one more reason you suck.
But I also did get you 22, which is the only issue of the regular series that Matt Wagner did.
Alright, well, there's that.
And by the way, I bought them for you. Don't bitch.
When did you buy them for me? I thought you had them already.
No, I bought. Well, yeah, I bought them, but I gave them to you.
See?
But yeah, I nabbed them because you find Matt Wagner shit, you buy it. Like I have a very simple rule. So one of the things you got signed for me last year was actually Hellboy number 1.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yola?
Yep. And here's a story you don't know about Dan the Man. Is for my birthday one year, Dan the Man, when he was working at Investment Comics, was going to buy me a graphic
Right?
for my birthday. And I'm like, well, you had given me from one of the collections we bought together. I got Hellboy #1. He's like, what? I'm like, buy that. I love that. It was a great single issue. I have no fucking clue what happens next. So buy the fucking thing now. Buy it now. And he's looking around. He's like, I can get 2, 3, and 4 for $5 each. And just buy you those instead. I'm like, yeah, that'll work. So now, instead of having a graphic, which I have anyway, I now have the entire first run of the first series because Dan the Man is like, well, with my discount, these are only going to be like nothing, so.
That's awesome.
What a ridiculous job. Also, and I will toast to this because that's how good it was back in the day, the introduction of Bone.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bone was insane.
I made him read the first graphic, and he's like, dude, I don't want anything to do with these little cartoon-looking... And then he comes back and loved it.
Yeah.
Tech loved it, but his original assessment was not high.
Right.
But
Nobody
once he
did
read it...
until they actually read it.
Well, I didn't know. I had read so much about it, and the only thing anyone ever said was, it's a wonderful adventure for everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've read Wonderful Adventures for Everybody. What's so extra special about this one?
I had the same reaction when the owner of Investment Comics, tried to push it on me. I'm like, yeah, whatever, Cooper. You're just trying to butter me up.
He's
Walk away with your tiny cartoon things.
He wants to butter you up and butter you down.
And that's something I got you. Do you still have that, by the way, the signed sketch?
Oh, yeah.
Or, no, it's not sketch, signed print, right?
Yeah, signed print.
Oh, I don't know. I gotta have to get some more prints this year. Swap out the walls.
Yeah, that's this new thing is he gets one print a year that he puts up.
One a show.
Yeah, one per show. Sorry, let me amend. So the first one was an Amanda Connor, Iron Man,
and She-Hulk arm wrestling.
It's actually
Tony losing.
That's awesome.
it is an awesome print, I will say. Second one was Ron Garney.
Yep, he gave us that when we ran that show.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
Yep.
a signed Spider-Man print by him. You got the Cap.
Yep.
I would have preferred the Cap, but I gotta be honest, like the Spider-Man looks way better.
Really?
Yeah.
But the Cap was cooler because it was Cap.
Yeah.
So I was really torn, and he solved it by going, I want this one. So that cleared it right up. It's like, well, I guess this is mine. But I gotta be honest, like mine is the better looking, his is Cap. It says a lot about me that I find that hard. It's like, well,
Right.
And then I got, I don't even know who the artist is anymore, but I got this,
Is this a Star Wars one?
no, I got this extra stylized one for, Metropolis.
Really?
Ein Film von Fritzlang. And that's on my door. I like that one a lot. It's very Art Deco.
It is very neat.
And there's a neat one I got at New York Con
Yeah.
this past year. It's a recruitment / propaganda poster for Star Wars.
Okay.
Leia is in her Hoth outfit, the white one,
Yep.
sitting on the wing of an X-Wing going, smile, looking all happy and perky and everything, and she's like, join the rebellion, free the galaxy.
Nice.
It's pretty cool.
No, that was nice.
And I got a charcoal sketch of the bounty hunters. Which
I haven't seen that.
Which I haven't put it up on the wall
Oh, okay.
because I didn't have a frame for it yet. But it's really nice. It's really nice. I got that at Emerald last year. So hopefully there'll be some neat shit to get this year.
Yeah, I have, and pretty much all three. I have the Garney one.
Yep.
I have the Ron Lim original sketch. It's not.
Yes, I got a commission from him
Really?
of Deadpool
Nice.
when I went to San Diego. Which is an interesting thing, actually. Have you read about the whole convention sketch thing? All right. Here's you should find
Oh,
this
I'm sorry.
interesting
No,
being an
I
artist.
forgot. You can't.
Yes,
just
don't shake your head because it doesn't help me.
shake your head. Still.
The guy who I don't even remember his name because hasn't done anything in comics since the mid '70s.
Okay.
But the guy who co-created Ghost Rider,
Okay.
did the visual part.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
Too quiet. Anyway,
Gary Ayer, Dick Friedrich.
Gary Friedrich. Somebody Friedrich.
Okay.
Gary somebody.
No, it's Dick Ayers and Gary Friedrich.
Yes.
I remember them because they were both on a total amend true story, but they were both on Sergeant Fury.
Ah, yeah.
Movie Gary Friedrich and Darling Dick Ayers.
Yep. Gotcha.
And
So-
I've aged myself horribly.
Yep. Good
So-
job.
For years, he's been doing unlicensed sketches at cons, like hundreds of other people, right?
Really?
You just walk up to somebody in Artist Alley and you say, it would be awesome if you would do a picture of Wolverine slicing President
Superman.
Clinton for me. Whatever. You make it up. I've seen some people ask for some kooky shit.
Yep.
Like, at San Diego, right, somebody walked up to Mike Grell, right, and he had a baby book, like a baby scrapbook, like pink, furry baby scrapbook, like a big photo album with pages and shit.
Right.
And he fills this thing at every con with baby versions of superheroes.
Dude, Mike Grell will stab a dude. Like, that's...
No, he was like, "This is awesome. Of course I'll do it."
Really?
And he put Green Arrow in there.
Nice.
I am shocked and appalled.
He loved it. And right next to him, Chaykin was going like, "You fucking."
Bet you the guy did not ask Chaykin, though.
He did not ask
Yeah,
Chaykin.
I wonder why.
Because I'd like a baby Reuben flag. Punch.
Yeah, Chaykin is a fucking individual.
Dude,
Can you
he's
imagine
back
that,
in
though?
Marvel in a big way.
Is he?
Yeah, he just finished a miniseries with the.
Howard Chaykin?
Yeah.
Avengers
1959.
Dude, it was everything I hoped life could be.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking
That
good.
sounds pretty cool.
At the cast of the Avengers 1959. I'm sorry to interrupt your story.
Craven.
Nick Fury, Craven,
Dominic Fortune.
Okay.
Ulysses Bloodstone, although he didn't appear in the actual miniseries. Namora, Namorita's mother, because you can't have enough Namoras. Sabretooth.
Yep. Yeah, Sabretooth. What the fuck?
This is interesting.
It was
a lot of fun.
Awesome. All right,
Chasing
so-
down Nazis, running around South America, fighting Hydra. It was
but getting
great,
back to
man.
your point.
Sketches. Yes. So it's something that the majority of the companies don't give a shit about. You know, because they're not losing any money, really.
Right.
They know that someone is enjoying their character enough where somebody that they may or may not have ever paid to draw it still gets to draw it, and it's no big deal. Until Gary Friedrich came by and said, "Hey, fellas, you owe me a shitload of money for that Ghost Rider guy now that he's got movies."
Right.
Yeah. Hadn't said a peep for 25 fucking years. A movie comes out and suddenly he wants dough.
Until he gets broke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in his defense,
What? No, I've read several articles about this, and it was definitely a work-for-hire contract, and it was definitely not any ancillary rights to
no, that's
further
not my
mediums. Yeah?
point. In his defense, he's not well right now.
Which kind of well?
He has physical ailments that require a shit ton of cash.
No, but
is
he's
my
also is
understanding.
quoted as saying, "If they ever make a movie of this, I'm suing them."
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
Well, that part I had not heard. But I will say, like, you know, he didn't do it. It may be the movie, but it also didn't happen until he had other concerns, shall we say.
Wow. Be that as it may, this scared the fuck out of everybody doing convention sketches because they
We haven't
all
gotten
thought
to that
Marvel
part.
was going to bring the hammer down
Right.
because they got an injunction against him doing unlicensed sketches.
Yep.
So a lot of people were like, "I ain't do Deadpool. Fuck you. I'll make a character I made up right now.
Rob Lee found so badass.
Here's a guy in a suit. Take him."
Now, I wonder, though, from the standpoint of the companies, let's take Ron Lim, for example.
Yep.
If you draw Nastira, whatever the stupid demon name he came up with for
Nastir.
Nastir. If you draw a character that you help create, can they get you for that, if you follow me?
Well, I mean, it's all going to depend on your rights at the time you created it.
And the leniency of the company.
Yeah. For the most part, like I said, they've come right out and said, we largely don't care. Just don't try to fucking sue us and then sell shit you don't have a license to.
Right.
Not a great plan in retrospect.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Should have stuck with the Howling Commando.
It's curious, but I'm going to try to get some sketches. I don't know which ones. I'll be like, I'd like to see Leia on a pole.
Yeah, you
Dude,
would.
I've heard some crazy shit at the Artist Alley tables.
Really?
Oh yeah. Can you draw Jim Balance, Tarot, Witch of the Black Rose with
Don't ask. Do
Catwoman
not ask.
I'm not going to.
in a heart-shaped bed? And I just walked away, dude. I couldn't listen to any more, man.
How many people do you think just want to stand up and slap somebody like, you filthy bastard?
Right.
It's so bad, dude. And they're never like... they're all the kinds of... They're exactly the kind of people you imagine would make that kind of request.
Well, sure, dude. You never see like an 8-foot-tall, starkly drawn, tough guy going, hey, can you draw 2 hot chicks in a bed? Let's talk about the boob window. No.
There was a big row about that too. Power
that's
Power
what
Girls
boob window.
thing.
Really?
Apparently it's called the boob window,
I was wondering what boob window
which
meant, but I was
couldn't
just
be
gonna let it go.
any more generic or 12-year-old.
Well, it's better to imagine, really.
Yeah.
Boob window. Where will my mind
Lift
take
the
me?
shades to just a land of boobage.
Right.
No, but in this reboot
Reboot.
of DC, now they're bringing back Earth 2. They're bringing back the multiple Earths.
Because who hasn't missed that?
Terrible
Holy
idea.
shit, this is why I quit
Actually, a lot of
comics.
people are suddenly somehow nostalgic about it, even though they haven't talked about it for like 3 decades. Suddenly they want the multiple Earths back. And I'm like, no, that's what got you in the fucked up place you were to begin with.
Yep.
Let them die. Let them die. So they gave her a more discreet costume, which covers her, and there's no window,
Okay.
right? It's still white. It's still skin tight, far more than is anywhere close
It
to
is
practical.
pretty crappy looking.
Right.
And it does look pretty bad.
It's one of your generic 90s image.
Yeah, it's,
Like,
it's
here's
just
the
a white
headband.
bodysuit, and there's a triangle of weird color design that means nothing to anybody.
Okay.
But the window is not there, and people are like, "How come you had to take away a boob window? Because you're a pervert." That's not what it means. It's a distraction in combat. You like boobs? Well,
It
yeah,
is-
I like boobs,
It
but
is not a distraction in combat.
not after the first half a second. Not after the first punch. I'm not looking at boobs once I get punched.
You are the biggest fucking liar.
What?
You can get punched 45 times and you'd be still
Usually I'm
sneaking a
getting
peek.
punched because I look at boobs.
You'd be lying on the ground getting literally hammer fisted into cement going, oh, look at those.
No, I am not that bad, and you fucking know it. Don't even try. No,
Don't
no.
Don't even draw me into that.
Oh, you're here. You have to flip a coin on the side now.
You put the headset on. You made a choice.
You took the responsibility.
Come on, tell the truth.
Would you believe that of me? Would you think that I would endure that kind of physical pain to get a gander at some random cleavage?
Yes, I would.
You suck. I don't know why you would say so.
Because it's true.
Because
Fuck
I've
you,
known
fuck
you
you, and
since
fuck you.
6th
Who's
grade,
next?
5th grade.
Colonel Girlfriend?
7th try. 8th, actually.
Hey,
8th.
gentlemen,
8th.
Colonel Girlfriend has kindly agreed to
Graciously
memorialize
Memorialized.
inconceivable.
Unbelievable.
Grab it like a hammer.
Information receivable.
Sent by the Lord.
Here and abroad.
I'm lost.
Run DMC, dude. Know your classics.
You know how long it's been?
Know your role and shut your mouth. Yeah, I broke out in friggin' 90s rock for that.
That's part of what threw me off is you and Run DMC.
I like Run
It's a
DMC.
great song.
It's basically the only rap I enjoy, but nonetheless. Pick up your beer, say hello.
Hello.
awesome.
Edit that.
There's no editing. We got a photo shoot going on. It's all good.
Right.
Well, okay, maybe I'll take out those 3 whole seconds.
Yeah, fair enough. So now, what are you bringing to Emerald City?
You know, I got to go up and I got to take the list and I got to sit in front of the boxes and I got to decide. But I have 4 whole non-working days to do that. So
When's that?
Next Monday.
Next Monday is 4 whole days.
I stop working. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh, I see.
And then you go up on Friday.
Thursday. Oh, well, I got that weekend, so it's actually Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Okay.
I go out Friday afternoon. Thursday afternoon.
Wow, you got it going on, dude.
How many beers? I got it going on, and I'm strong.
Right.
Thursday I'm off.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll be flying Thursday, so too bad.
That won't work.
Unless it's this Thursday.
Since I've been on a plane
I have no idea.
when we went to Michigan.
Holy shit, dude.
Yep.
You don't go anywhere.
No, are you off Friday?
This Friday? Like in 3 days from now? No.
No, gotta head off too. I'm trying here, buddy.
This is great. I guess we should talk more comics, maybe.
Why do we want to talk comics?
Do you have questions on the current industry?
What do you miss?
Yes, that's a good question.
I miss the fanaticism of good story. I really do.
Wow, that was really philosophical and odd. Elaborate on that.
Yeah,
It's
what
not
does
really
that
a sentence.
work with
I
that?
love fiending for the next issue. Of a good story.
Like the
You
anticipation.
just dumped it off where? Fuck you.
All right, so
Which you would love Fractions Iron Man for.
Really?
Yes.
You know what? Not my first choice for that.
No?
2. Unwritten
Unwritten?
Yes.
and
Which-
Journey into Mystery.
Yeah, even better. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Loki has his own book, Teenage Loki.
No.
Teenage Loki, yes.
And it's dude. As
There's
much
a
as I
huge
hate
setup.
That sentence.
Right.
Teenage Loki has his own book.
There's
Fuck you, I
there's
hate
a lot of setup to explain that. All right, so they finally had a real Ragnarok, right? And there was no Thor book for a long time, right?
Really?
Right.
That's interesting.
Yes. So they finally come back, and Thor gathers up all the rest of the Asgardians and pulls them out of the co-inhabiting souls with the humans that they've been doing.
Right.
They go back to Asgard. There's a couple of wars. There's a huge event, and Loki, he sacrificed himself, didn't he? He's like, okay, this is enough. I want to rule Asgard, but not when it's fucking rubble.
Right.
There's no point to that. So he sacrificed himself, but he got pulled back through a deal with Hela, but he got pulled back reborn, so he's like 15 now.
Yeah. So Loki through rejoins Asgard as a result of Thor going, well, I miss my little brother.
Right.
I miss my brother when he wasn't a douche.
Yeah, no shit.
So now Loki's back. He's like, suddenly, hey, I'm younger. I'm not a douche. So they bring him back in, and everyone else is like, no, we don't miss him. He was the douche. So
Right.
Thor's like, well, I like him. He can stay. Because I've got a giant fucking hammer.
Yeah.
That's really essentially it. I mean, to boil it right down, there's not a lot of boiling necessary, really. I mean,
Yeah, you don't fuck with
So
a giant
he
hammer.
has some misadventures, and then, during one of them, Thor dies.
Oh, awesome.
yeah.
Awkward. What does he do to Loki? So now Loki is in Asgard. The bunch of them are like, you're still a douche, and there's a giant hammer.
Right.
Fuck you.
So he makes a lot of wheeling and dealing going on.
Dude, it's an amazing book.
It's
Is it?
so
Yeah,
good.
I can't believe I'm enjoying it.
And you know the motherfucker's writing X-Men now? Kieran Gillen
Are
is
you
writing
tempted?
fucking X-Men. Well, I mean, based on Journey into Mystery, yeah.
But here's my point. X-Men has been written by phenomenal people.
Right?
Whedon wrote it.
Yeah.
Brubaker wrote it.
Yeah.
Fraction, I believe.
Right?
You didn't buy any of those.
Well, I did, actually. I got some Brubaker, and I got some Whedon.
Issues or graphics?
Graphics.
Oh, well, then buy graphics of this. 'cause
Well,
this
yeah,
is
I'm
my
gonna.
fucking X-Men.
Eventually. I mean, I want to see what the guy can do, because I'm digging the fuck out of his Journey into Mystery.
Yeah.
No, it's a phenomenal
yeah.
book. But Unwritten, on the other hand, is a Vertigo book, which says everything right there.
Right.
And listen carefully and reserve judgment till the
Don't
description
even
is
listen.
done.
Buy the first graphic and read it. Don't even try and
all right.
explain that shit because honestly, it's like talking Latin to pigs.
Really?
Well, no, I mean, the premise is one thing. The details of the arcs are another.
Yeah, I can give you the premise in 4 minutes. There's a guy who might be fictional, whose dad may or may not have created him, who might be a wizard, but might not. Yeah.
You still got 3.5 minutes to go.
Oh, I know. There's also a guy who turns into a vampire because somebody bites him.
No.
And there's a minor character who appears from a Dickens novel, but now that she's in the real world, she's out of the Dickens novel.
It starts
Buy
off.
the graphic.
It
I'm
starts
telling
off.
you, don't even try.
Really?
Yeah, there's a guy who's a rabbit.
No, the rabbit guy was awesome.
See, you thought I was fucking... Really? Man who's
You will
rabbit.
love the rabbit guy.
He will, too.
The rabbit guy is getting punished in a fantasy literary world
Really?
where
being
he
a hitman.
keeps trying to get out, and he keeps slaughtering everyone he meets because he's so mad that he can't get out.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it's an amazing book, but it is almost... It's kind of like Sandman from back in the day, where it's almost designed, if you don't start from day one, for graphics.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other book that I would put not quite on par with those two, American Vampire,
Yes, very
has
good
a
stuff.
lot of awesome cliffhangers.
Yeah.
What else?
This thing hurts.
Dan Slott
yeah.
Spider-Man, it's not...
No,
there are some
he doesn't
good ones.
really.
I adore that book.
It's not every issue like the
Both
others.
Fractions Thor and Fractions Iron Man are awesome. What if you really
I'm-
had to
so I'm-
stand up and say, like, these are what you should be buying?
Thor, Iron Man, American Vampire, absolutely.
Unwritten.
Unwritten, absolutely.
Although you've been considering dropping Unwritten for
No,
graphics.
for trades, yeah. I got to reduce the monthly.
Right.
It's sad, though, because, I mean, it's a great book, and, of course, by jumping to trades, you could kill it. Not that your dollar is the one changing it, but you see my point.
Hopefully, we're not actively influencing masses
But
of people
you see my
with.
point. Like, it's such a good book, but to have to move on...
Right. Well, I mean, there's only so much I can do. I'm spending a lot of fucking money on monthlies right now.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
There was a lot of money on monthlies back when I stopped.
Yeah, but that was proportionate.
Yeah.
You were making a shitload less, too.
Yeah.
What else is really, like, if you were going to dive in right now, DC is rough.
DC's very hard to recommend
Some
right
people
now.
are really enjoying the 52 Green Lantern.
Yes.
Jeff Johns on Green Lantern
Good.
is awesome. And it's one of the few books that didn't suffer by joining the 52 or being revamped by the 52.
Right.
In that most of what he'd done was awesome recently, so they kept it.
Yeah.
Batman books are rough. Superman books are appalling.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman is interesting, but it wouldn't be my first choice to go out and buy.
No, not really.
Here, pause for a second. I'm going to pull what you brought over, see if there's anything over there.
Yeah. This. Say that again. What's Tony Daniel did?
He did Batman
When did he do Batman?
right now.
Back up.
No, it's
We went to
current
get more
issues.
beer, and you started talking about Tony Daniel somehow.
Okay, so Tony Daniel used to have a style that was very reminiscent of Frank Miller. We've talked about this before.
When was that?
It
We've
was
talked
on-
about that? I don't remember
Yeah.
talking about that.
Well, you don't remember a lot.
I
You
don't
drink a
remember
lot.
that either.
You don't listen. So
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
don't.
either way, I'm covered.
I'm not sure where you count in this run.
God, what was it? Was it Nightwing? What was the book he used to do?
I don't even remember.
Yeah, so it was very. I believe it was Nightwing, but I don't want to be quoted because I could be wrong, and I hate being
Hawk and
quoted when
Dove?
I'm wrong. No, it was not Hawk and Dove. Dude, he's not good enough for Hawk and Dove. Appallingly bad.
That's my job.
No, and he was taken to task for this because it was like a slavish Frank Miller ripoff.
Really?
Homage.
What was this, the 90s?
Yeah, roughly. Look it up. But then now he's doing somewhere. Honestly, I think it's very Greg Capullo-like, in that it's Jim Lee-esque, but it's primarily
Capullo was...
Former Capullo or current Capullo?
Well, Capullo's always been an excellent artist. You had a problem with him former because he was drawing like Todd McFarlane, who you hate.
Right.
So, I mean,
Right.
the guy might be doing a great Todd McFarlane, which for you is like doing a really great
It's
cat
really
shit.
good if you're into caricature.
Yeah.
You know
it's
what?
a good point.
He is.
That's a good point.
The dude drew some dynamic
And
action.
it's like Rob Liefeld is really good if you're into shit art.
He's got a weird renaissance going
Dude,
on right
I
now.
know for
I
a
don't
fact-
get it at all.
I know for a fact that back in the day, you were not an X-Force fan, you were not a New Mutants fan, you enjoyed What If number 7, the Wolverine Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., like everybody else. Everyone had a Liefeld moment back in the day.
So what?
I'm just saying, we curse him now.
I hated him then, and you know it.
You like that one.
So what?
That one is no better. If you go back now, you're not like, oh, this is still good.
It probably isn't.
It's not.
I was young and stupid,
Yes,
but
we
I
all
never
were.
sucked as an artist.
Oh.
Hey, you know what? The guy, he got paid.
He did. Because
And-
he's a marketer.
You know, be honest. Back in that period, there was a dynamic, and he spoke to an audience.
He did.
I don't enjoy Rob Liefeld. I'm not sitting here as some fucking defender. Let me be real clear here. I think the giant shoulder pads are stupid looking on everyone.
Yeah.
All right, he basically made a Marshall version of Alexis Carrington in Dynasty. And yeah, I said that shit.
He really had no idea about anatomy or foreshortening.
No, or how to draw a background.
Did you ever see the titty cap?
The what?
Yes, yeah, the
You
cap
must
with
have
the
seen it,
ridiculously overproduced.
Pecs.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's
if
see.
if I saw the picture, I could say yes or no. But
All right. Well, speaking as a
think that-
purist,
yeah,
if you had to give a top 5 artists,
top 5 artists.
yeah, we're going to lists here while he looks up titty cap because that's my life.
Frank Miller is really on there for me
Okay.
because his spotting of blacks is just fucking spot on. He can go from spotting blacks and doing shadows to doing all line, and it's all just good.
Did you know he's a complete right-wing lunatic now?
Is he?
Yes. There's the Rob Liefeld.
You have not seen that before.
What the fuck is that? His tits are bigger than the shield.
Scroll down, show him the nude version.
That's just somebody fucking around with
See,
Photoshop.
But this is exactly what I'm saying about Rob Liefeld has no clue about
The
anatomy.
man doesn't know anatomy.
Well, I mean, this was also 12 years ago. I mean,
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know what?
But that's the last I knew of Rob
I looked
Liefeld.
through the new Hawk and Dove, and it wasn't horrifying.
But
It wasn't great by any stretch, but it wasn't horrifying.
No one Steve Ditko drew had an upper lip. I mean, everyone's got it.
Well, yeah, and they were also stiff as boards. Yeah, I said it. He had no dynamism. I don't give a fuck what
Dude,
anybody
he was
says.
all dynamite. Come on. Early Spider-Man?
Man, the guy
He's swinging this
it
way,
was all-
he's swinging that way.
It was all two-dimensional horse shit.
If you're taking it from the perspective of the times, he was pure.
He was dynamic.
Yeah, he was. He was.
None of them had an upper lip, but it looked
If you
awesome.
look at it now, you can say no because there's been so much.
Well, all I
progression
can know
since
is now because I wasn't there in the early '60s, was I?
then. Well, no, neither was I, but I still know.
Again, I've done research.
I've
I've
still
read
read the comic books.
Did I enjoy him on the Many Ghosts of Dr. Graves? No, not particularly. Did I enjoy anyone on the Many Ghosts of Dr. Graves? No, not particularly.
All right,
So
your top
pull
five.
out that stack. Well, finish the top.
So, well, getting back to artists,
Frank Miller.
Frank Miller, he's not necessarily number one, but I do love him to death. He's awesome. Just because he is, artistically, he really is so fucking versatile.
And it's sadly not as long as one might have liked, but there was a real purity for a short period of time.
There
in
was. And,
some of the cleanest lines you could possibly see.
yeah, I mean, look back at Ronin.
I love Ronin.
Yeah, Ronin was awesome. And that was all line. It was done for color. Or for black and white. It wasn't done for spotting blacks like Sin City.
No.
And Sin City, the first one by itself, is just amazing.
Yeah. He used to do some amazing, even like the covers he did for Power Man and Iron Fist, and I found a way to mention Power Man and Iron Fist.
Like usual.
I really like that book.
Yeah, it was good. I used to love it.
Such a thing.
Yep.
Anyway, moving on. So number 4 then. In no particular order.
This is in no particular order. I love John Romita Jr.
Yeah.
He's over the top, and he doesn't do spotting of blacks, but you know that he doesn't do spotting of blacks. He is all line.
Now, what do you say to the criticism that he cannot draw attractive women? Because it's been, I'm not going to say an internet buzz, but it's been a fairly consistent criticism during his career.
I don't remember hearing that myself. I've had no problem with his women.
I've never found a problem. I never really thought of it that way. So.
Well, he draws a lot in a very boxy style, which of course is going to make for some
a lot less curvy.
large and in charge.
Right.
And then, he's the pinnacle of Iron Man artist for me. I know
he's way up there.
Michelini.
Well, my early X-Men are my perceptions of the X-Men are formed by his period. 200, 180 something through 218, 220.
220 probably.
205, fucking Colossus.
Yep.
No, not 205. 205 is White Wolf.
No, 207 is. We can look this up. Why are we talking about this?
You're talking about Colossus and Juggernaut in the bar?
Yeah.
That was an awesome issue.
All right, so Jar 4.
Yep. Mike
3.
Mignola.
All right, well that's a.
I love darkness in the art. I love the spotting of blacks. I'm an inker, so that kind of stuff is just awesome.
Yeah, it was 205. That was Barry Windsor Smith.
Barry Windsor Smith is in there.
No, well, I was wondering if he'd make the top 5 or not.
How did I forget which one that was?
I love Barry
You're not me.
Smith.
Yeah, that's great. Drink your beer and let Dan talk.
I'm providing commentary.
It's been a long time. So
Yeah, but
it's really hard to come up with people.
Shit fluctuates too. I mean, obviously, there's not a lot of new guys out there that aren't doing a lot for you.
I'm trying to remember. It was a Latin name. Used to be on the Avengers.
Barreto?
Perez.
George Perez?
Yep.
How did you forget George Perez?
Because I haven't been in comics for fucking ever.
Yeah, but
despite
he did Judas
owning
Contract.
27
It's like
long
one of your,
boxes.
Favoriteest things ever on the planet.
Well,
I don't know what
I
this
love
is.
George Perez's art.
He is working on Superman right now.
Really?
In the writing capacity.
He was
He's
drawing for a
about
bit,
to
though, too.
leave.
How's he doing on writing?
Much like his art.
No.
Well, the thing with George Perez, he's always been incredibly stylized, and not stylized, that's not the right word. He's very detail-oriented.
Yeah,
Nothing
he is.
gets missed.
Exactly.
And as he's gotten older, that hasn't made as dynamic a picture, shall I say.
Okay.
And I think you can see where I'm going. Like, it's still there, and it's still detailed, but it's a little bit stiffer than one might like.
Yep.
So we weren't enamored.
Yep.
No.
But it's very difficult. We may be mean geeks, but criticizing George Perez is a shitty thing to do.
Yeah, I don't like doing it.
It's like, Frank, you couldn't have written a better book than that? It's not a cool thing to say.
Right. It's hard because I want to split like the last with some people. I mean, just random people that strike me as good artists that have different qualities.
You know what, the thing when as everyone who's ever listened to this knows, I'm a big believer in lists and driving people crazy with them.
Yes.
And it's a moment. And tomorrow's moment could be totally different.
Yep.
We're talking about right now.
Exactly. Like, I'm thinking Chris Bacalo when Generation X started.
I love Chris Bacalo.
Joe
Death,
Madureira.
Joe Madureira. There's a dynamic artist.
Yeah. I mean, those two were just awesome.
Who is back, actually, on a new Spider-Man book for one arc.
Really?
Yep. Avengers
Which is
Spider-Man.
Excellent. No, but
He's made for Spider-Man.
No, it's a great read.
Is it?
Ed McGuinness is a phenomenal artist who you probably have not encountered.
No, I haven't.
Very big, very stylized. Gary Frank was great on.
Gary Frank was awesome.
He's been
John
doing, he's been
Byrne.
doing a lot of Superman the last couple of years.
John Byrne's Superman is one of my favorite books of all time. You know, Ed, you're just going to hit artists in certain periods, and what you like is what you like.
Yep.
Yeah, here's some
Tim Sale.
Some Ed McGuinness here.
Tim Sale was really good. When he first started out, it was Jim Lee got him as a Frank Miller clone.
I don't know, because if you go back to Tim Sale, he started off on not started off, but
bigger
very
one than
early.
that.
You had him on.
That's better.
Nice. Death Blow.
Before that, actually, you may not even know this because you weren't a huge, but Grendel, he did.
I'll take a
Did he
death
do
pie.
Grendel?
He was on Grendel's in the late 30s and 40s for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
That
And-
I did not know.
Yeah, and it was not exactly what I would call a Frank Miller clone at that point.
If you look at Tim Sale when he started catching up, Jim Lee brought him into Image with Death Blow #1.
2. Death Blow 1 was...
Or 2. You're right. And it was Frank Miller clone art because that's when Sin City was picking up steam.
Right, but that was also
then-
what Jim Lee started on Death Blow, so
Exactly.
he was carrying over.
So, I mean, I'm not faulting Tim Sale for that at all.
He's quite. He's
And
quite.
then he went on to do Batman, like the Long Halloween.
Now, have you read those, or did
Like
that
this.
fall into the dead period?
Exactly. No, I read those.
Okay.
I think I read them after.
Amazing, aren't they?
Yeah,
Oh,
really good. But they're still extremely Miller-esque in how much black is in there. There's not a lot of... I mean, there's lines, but the shadows are deep.
But that also, to be fair, and this is getting into subtlety of art, which is an area where I do not belong. But no, I mean, writing I can talk in detail.
I'm with you.
Art, not my first field. But Tim Sale is a smart guy, and he was carrying on a Frank Miller storyline, so it wouldn't
Right.
necessarily say that was his art style so much as he was working off of the possibility exists anyway that he was working off of what Frank Miller is doing by carrying over a Frank Miller storyline.
Well, that just follows, yeah.
Right. Well, not everyone would do that, but you could see him doing it.
Right.
And of course, Howard Chaykin doesn't get a top 5. I should smack you with a stick. Oh, that's one thing he got. Dude, not only... Last year's Emerald City went so well for us, I can't even put it into words. I have assigned Longbow Hunters #1 by Mike Grell.
Nice.
And, as if that isn't ridiculously slapping with my dick awesome enough, The Shadow #4, signed by Howard Chaykin.
Really?
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, the kid hit on all cylinders last time. This time he's probably going to show up and there'll be a goon wrapping in a hat going, here, give me $1.
Right.
But
I'm going to work very hard for you because
And you.
I need you back in my debt.
hate being in debt. No, dude, I got some amazing things. But nothing will beat New York Comic Con. May have been a crap show for signatures, although I did that the only time in terms of things going well for me versus for the Tech Jedi.
Right.
I got a signature from a hero of both of ours, and it pissed him off till he got his own 5 cons later.
5 cons later. Go on.
Kevin
tell him.
McGuire signed a
Yep.
book for me while he was not around.
Uh-huh.
Really?
Dude,
Nice.
I was so happy. And here's an interesting fact. I can talk shit to anyone, famous people. I suck.
Right.
I'm like talking to his wife about her salad. Like, he's seen it. I turn into the biggest goob.
He's totally. I don't even know if it's strictly being starstruck or just like
Uncomfortable.
I can't treat them the same way.
I can't ask for things. Like, you saw, like, I couldn't.
No, I have a difficult time asking for shit too. Like especially interviews. Like Brian Jailglass, who did. We don't have any of his work here tonight, but he does this awesome book called
Mice Templar.
Mice Templar.
That's an amazing graphic, dude.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's an adventure tale based oddly enough on mice.
Kind of like Mouse Guard, but it's
but
a
far
lot
bigger
darker.
in scope and darker. And there's this fucking zombie cat.
Really?
It's awesome.
And this huge snake splash page, dude. Like, it's
By the way, I just uploaded another one.
Awesome. But all we had to do was say, "Hey, we're a podcast. Would you like to talk?" And he's like, "Of course I'd like to talk. Where do you want to start?" And we're like,
we love
"What are you working on? Stuff is great."
Where were you born?
Mike, they're our friends. Yeah, we're not chant people.
No, we'll be
Right.
talking to him again this year.
But I will tell you though, my flubbing, I was like adorable to the people who were with the artists. All the wife and girlfriends are like, "Oh, look at the little Muppet." Same phenomena. It was so depressing, dude. I'm talking about salad, and meanwhile he's getting signatures from famous people. I'm just like, goodbye, baby. Do my little dance, sing my little songs. I'm not Popeye.
So next year you are coming, right?
New York?
No.
Emerald?
Yes.
If everything...
We're getting the table. I need you there.
I thought...
You've already cleared it.
If I can get it off and can afford it, I will go.
The affording thing is not nearly as bad as it might sound. All you got to work with is the flight.
The work thing is.
Well, the work thing is, yeah.
But if I can, I will be
there.
there.
The flight is not going to be horrible. You got a year to save up for it. And the's no hotel.
And the earlier you book it, the better off you're going to be.
Yeah.
That's right.
Because we stay with Andrew, who is a mild commute away from the convention center.
Really?
So it's all good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I do enjoy coffee and rain, so Seattle has its temptations.
I'm telling you, I noted this to him last year. I don't know if I remembered telling you or not. There are photomat coffee shops.
Okay.
There are parking lots everywhere, like any other place in the universe. But where there would normally be like a photomat or absolutely nothing but more parking spaces,
yep.
There are little tiny coffee shops run by nothing but hot brunettes.
Bikini baristas.
Some of them, not all of them.
I just assumed. I've heard
Really?
the term.
In Seattle?
In Seattle.
When is the next show?
A week and a half.
Ruh-roh.
I mean, it's almost... I was there 3.5 days. We went to 6 of these things. Not one of them was run by a blonde, a redhead,
Or an ugly chick.
or an ugly chick.
It's hard to
I
believe
like
that.
blondes and redheads too.
Equal opportunity in all things.
No,
I
I'm not discriminating.
I don't necessarily like ugly chicks.
Wow.
They may be cool to talk to.
Actually, history...
Oh.
Shut up.
Oh.
that all of us...
Should we use code names there?
No, we're just going to stop right there with history proof. Gentlemen, to history.
But,
Take a big swig to that.
So should I try to find something for you up there, or what?
As in,
Books, prints,
Souvenirs?
trades, souvenirs,
um,
photos of Mara Jade or Slave Leia's.
Yeah, like you'd hand those over.
Copies, dude.
Oh,
Copies. Dude, in San Diego, there were 100 Slave Leia's at one point, all surrounding a life-size Jabba.
are you kidding me?
I am not fucking kidding you.
Oh, hey,
Oh my god.
speaking of that...
And
not
97 of them were worthwhile.
3 of them were worth it.
2 of them I thought were Jabba.
At the last show we attended, Tech found a Holy Grail.
A Holy Grail?
A Holy
Yes.
Grail is my own personal definition of that random book you've been looking for forever. And Tech found one that we've all been looking for.
Really?
Yes.
You might still have it, but anybody...
Oh, you
know,
definitely still got it.
Really?
But you haven't looked at it in 20 years, so.
Gotcha.
Tell them what you found.
The Mighty Thor 369.
The all splash page.
Yes, I still have it.
See how quickly it comes...
Talking about that issue.
Like, oh,
Love talking about
369.
that issue.
Okay, sure. Maybe I got it. Splash page got it.
Fighting Jormungand, disguised as Fing Fang Foom,
Yep.
or the reverse, whatever.
Still have never seen that fucking thing.
I will let you borrow it,
Well, you know.
but I'll fingerprint you and put a tracking chip in your head.
Oh, like, come on, Has anyone seen a fuzzy bearded alcoholic?
In
he went-
Connecticut.
Was he funny?
There's 3 of them at the table.
All you have to say is, was he funny? Did he talk about the Muppets more than was
okay.
necessary?
Now he's qualifying it.
I'm just saying, it's not like it's hard to track me down. All right. I found a bar Has anyone said the word Kermit in the last half an hour? No? Keep looking.
So, this has been a great show so far.
Yeah, sentimental.
Tremendous amount of fun.
Thank God we took all those calls, or how we would have filled the time.
Stop that, asshole. I worked on it. It was working yesterday. It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
This is what you get for letting AJ build a computer for you.
Are you going to let that go?
It's only been the second time I said it.
Third.
Thank you very much.
I think he's actually right in the third.
I meant to smack you a lot harder with that.
What time are we at?
We're at an hour and 44.
Well, I would say that 1 minute would be the appropriate closing time. Thank you, those of you who listen for 100 episodes, which is
We appreciate
no one.
you sticking around, even as far as back as 19.
Woohoo! Go you! I don't remember you. Ian!
No.
No. I don't remember your name.
You're going to make me look him up again.
No, I am not. We're going to close it out.
Thank you for listening to the new guy, too.
Troy. It was Troy.
Are you going to be rejoining us?
I might.
Ooh, sounds good.
Now that you've read some stuff up, you can do some
I might
research.
have something to add next week.
You guys start diving in your own boxes. Like, I found this.
Yeah.
And you should read it. It's a good comic.
Actually, that would be a really good, flashback retro segment.
Dan the Man recommends Spider-Man
Bring reality
Oh,
number
back into the
4.
mix.
Shit, yeah, that's a great idea. What are you talking about?
I got a lot of old books.
I think we got a new segment coming up, baby.
I urged that last year. No, I really did ask.
Just walk down into the basement and just
Let's grab.
close your eyes, just go, I'm covering my eyes and
Archie.
reaching out like
Anything
a
down there is
fucking
at least
spastic trying to
10
do
years
brain
old.
surgery.
Feel free to
with a
cheat,
wrench.
though, because if you pull Archie, go again.
I don't have any Archie.
You say that now.
You are a liar.
Unless it came in somebody else's collection.
See?
See, but now, see, you're not certain because you've qualified it.
Shut up.
All right. We're hitting the 145 mark. It's time. It's
All right,
place.
kids. It was great having you. I want to say goodnight. Keep listening. In another 50 episodes, we'll have another box of shite ready.
Or two.
Or two. Who knows?
Or some Archie comics.
I don't have any Archie comics. Actually, I have Archie Meets the Punisher. That's the one Archie comic I have.
There you go.
Bless you fuckers! And out.
Wow. You want to try that one again? Because I'm uncomfortable with that at best.
Really?
Yes.
I was really impressed.
Yeah, it's because you're half drunk.
No, I'm all drunk, baby.
Bless you, fuckers.
Bless you fuckers.
I just sit up yours, baby.
The Mean Geek is recorded live at the Reverend Mad Duck's apartment whenever the hell we can get to it. You can find us on iTunes, Podcast Alley, Facebook, Comic Space, our own site, www.themeangeek.com. Subscribe to us through RSS, and most importantly, find us as a proud member on the Comics Podcast Network. Contact us directly through email at themeanergeek@gmail.com.